If you're here today, you've already taken your first step towards fitness. I am here to get you started with quality fitness and movement efficiency. This is going to be a 3-week program, and while we get stronger as we progress, we are also going to get to know a little more about each other. Now, the idea here is to build the basics of fitness, and which is why I would need you to focus, because basics need attention to detail. I also have a very interesting story that I want to tell you, but I will do that during the session. For now, welcome to Kickstart with HRX. My name is Rishabh, your coach, your guide, your friend for the next 3 weeks. Let's get started with the warm-up. Your warm-up is going to be 2 simple movements, 20 seconds each, into 2 rounds. There is no intensity. The idea is just to move nice and slow, all right? I'm going to show how to do both the movements, and then we do it together, right? The first one is going to be on the spot marching. As simple as just, walking on the spot. So what you do is you stand with your feet comfortably apart. You get your knee close to your chest, not too much, just to your, quads getting parallel to the ground. Keep it down, stabilize, and then lift the other one up, and then you keep repeating. 20 seconds of on the spot marching. The second one is step jacks. Again, you stand with your feet comfortably apart, your hands down. You step out with your right leg and your arms go up. You step in, your arms come down. Step out on the other side, and the same thing you repeat for 20 seconds. Are you ready to begin? All right, 20 seconds each movement into 2 rounds. Let's do this. On the spot marching, 20 seconds, begin now. Let's go. All right, come on. Now you must also be wondering that why am I not wearing shoes? Why am I bare feet right now? And that is because we're going to train the foot. Almost done with these 20 seconds. And stop. Now you move to your step jacks. Let's begin now. A lot of times our foot stability defines how we end up progressing in our fitness journey. It all starts there. If your foot stability is not all right, then your ankle mobility, knee stability, hip mobility, all of that will end up taking a little bit of a toll. And you can stop. We are done with the warm-up. We are going to be moving on to the main part of the workout. We're going to be doing some mobility and a little bit of activation. I also have a very interesting story of a young boy whose life had changed dramatically because of fitness, movement, sports, and all of that. But before we get to that story, let's finish the first part of this workout. All right, your workout, the first part of the workout where we're going to be doing some mobility work is going to be 3 movements, about 30 seconds each into 3 rounds. We're going to go back to back at it. It's not going to be very high intensity, but it's going to challenge your range of motion a little bit. So let's get started. The first one, we're going to work on the ankle mobility. I'm going to show you how to do this, and then we do it together. So you get into the kneeling stance. I'm keeping my left leg forward first, so you could just do that. So you get into a kneeling position, your knees at 90 degrees. Now you can keep your hands here on the thigh, or you could just keep it down if you have the right amount of balance in this position. If you do not have that balance, you can also hold on to something, whatever you have close by, a sofa, a chair, table, whatever that is. So from here, what I want you to do is push, keeping your spine tall, push your knee forward. So the leg which is ahead, your left leg in this case, the left knee is going to go ahead of the toe as much as you can without lifting the heel off, keeping your foot flat on the ground. And then you come back and do the same thing again. You do this for 30 seconds here, 30 seconds on the other side. All right, are you ready to begin? So you get into the setup now. So you're now into the kneeling stance, giving you a couple of seconds to get there and stabilize. And then let's begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Forward and back. All right, now like I said, you could drop your arms down, or you could just hold on to something. The idea is not to test your balance here while this movement is going to work on your balance, but the idea is to get the ankle moving, work this ankle mobility. Also make sure that you're keeping your toe, the big toe, the small toe, and your heel in contact with the floor. Keep it firm on the ground. All right, you're almost done with this side, and you can stop. Now you move on to the other side, keep your right leg forward. Again, I'm giving you a couple of seconds to get into this setup and find your balance. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Make sure you keep your big toe, small toe and heel in contact with the floor. Push your knee ahead of the toe as much as you can and keep your spine tall. All right. Now if your ankles are not that mobile, then you know the next joint in the kinetic chain is your knee. And if your ankle is not mobile, it's going to take a toll on your knee health. Almost done. And which is why we're working this. It's your foot, your ankle happens to be pretty important. And now you're done. You can come out of this movement. All right. We're going to move to the second one, which is the quad rockers. So this is how you do it. You get into a beast position, down on all fours, keep your knees off the ground and you sit down on your calves, all right? From there, you extend your knees all the way up, knees and hip all the way up, getting into a raised plank and then back to sitting down on your calves. And you keep repeating for 30 seconds. Now this is gonna obviously activate your core, your midsection, but also give you good amount of contraction on your quadriceps. So you do the squats standing. Now this is something like a squat activating similar group of muscles, but you're down on all fours. All right. So let's get started. Get down on the ground in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin your 30 seconds now. Let's go. All the way forward and back. Nice and slow. All right. The idea is to find your form and technique, make it right, and not really to get endless number of repetitions right now. All right, you will feel the burn. Do it nice and slow. Let's go. Let's keep moving. Almost done. And stop. Good job. You feel your quads working a little bit? Yeah, in the next few rounds, in the next couple of rounds that we are going to hit, you're going to feel it a little more, and that is the idea. All right, we move to the last movement for the first section. We do the quadruped leg raises. So you get down on all fours. So this time your knees are going to be on the ground. All right, your wrist under your shoulder, your quadriceps, your knee under your hip. And from there, what I want you to do is just raise your right leg up, keeping your midsection very, very stable, keeping your toe in, and then drop it down slowly, raise on the other side. All right. Now this is going to activate your glutes, your hamstrings, and also the muscles in your lower back. Solid movement. Right. We are going to do this for 60 seconds because we're alternating. So we don't really have to do it for 30 seconds on each side, but because we're alternating, we're going to be doing it for 60 seconds total. So let's get into that setup. Down on all fours. I'm giving you a couple of seconds to do that now. Are you ready? Let's begin now. Let's go. Now 60 seconds, guys. Keep at it. Make sure you stabilize your torso. Now throughout this program, we are also going to work your pillar strength. And your pillar is basically your shoulder, your torso, and your hip. And from a movement perspective, every movement is either originated in the pillar or it passes through it. So whatever movement you do for activities of daily living or for any sport, you cannot really avoid or ignore strengthening the pillar. And we're going to do just that in this program. Not just that, we're going to do more than that. But pillar strength is going to be an important element. Almost done. Feel that activation in your glutes. And well done. We are done with the first part of the workout and ready to move to the next section. But before we get there, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rest. And I promised you a story of a young boy who was made fun of in school and by relatives for being terribly underweight. That boy is nobody but me standing right here in front of you. But being made fun of is something that triggered me to start lifting weights at a very early age, and you can all see what the result was. And now, just like this, I'm sure you have a story, something that ended up making you the best version of yourself, and I would definitely like to know about it. So if you could just put it up on your Instagram story, tag me so that I know, and then we could together inspire a lot more people. All right, for now, let's get to the next part of the workout. Your next part of the workout is going to be another 3 movements. We are going to work your mobility a little more, activate your core, and work that pillar strength a little more. 3 movements again, 40 seconds each, and we are going to do it for 3 rounds again. All right, your first movement is going to be quadruped shoulder rotations. So we did the quadruped leg lifts. This time we are going to do the shoulder rotations. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this, and then let's finish this together. All right, get down on all fours, wrist under your shoulder, your knee under your hips, and from there you raise your right arm off the ground and slow and deliberate make one full circle, keep it back on the ground, and then alternate on the other side. We're going to do this for 40 seconds. We're alternating. All right, 40 seconds overall, and then I'll tell you what to do next. You get into the setup now, giving you a couple of seconds to get into that setup, and let's begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Work that shoulder mobility, and like I told you before, shoulder is a joint which needs a little more mobility. This is a joint which is more mobile. You can see how you can rotate it completely. You can do many things with this joint, right? And we are working just that. We're working the mobility of that shoulder. Let's go. Make it very controlled, make it very deliberate. Almost done, just one more rotation maybe. Come on. And stop. Well done. Now you're going to feel very light. You're going to feel great after you're done with these 3 rounds, I'm sure. And this is just one workout, but I'm sure this is going to make you feel better, because mobility is one of the most important building blocks of fitness. And we're doing pretty much entire body mobility with these combination of exercises. So you're definitely going to feel more light and bouncy after this workout. Now let's get to the second movement. We are going to do some core activation, activate those glutes, the muscles in the lower back. We are going to be doing glute bridges. So you're going to be down on the ground, lying down on your back, your arms by the side. Now you're going to push your heel in the ground, and at the same time you lift your hip off as much as you can up to full extension. When you're at the top, just squeeze these glute muscles a little bit, and then slowly go all the way down and then back up. You're going to repeat this for 40 seconds. Now this is going to work your glute muscles, your hamstrings, muscles in the lower back, your entire midsection. Powerful movement. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's begin now. When we talk about the core, it's also not just your abs. It's your abs, it is your obliques, it's the muscles in the lower back, extending all the way down towards your glutes. So your core is much more than your abs. And your glute muscles are the powerhouse. That's where a lot of strength comes from, and which is why glute bridges happen to be an important movement. Keep your feet firm, flat on the ground. Make sure you also push your heel into the floor. Hang in there. And now you can slowly come out of it. Awesome. You feel good? Feel those muscles getting activated? When your glute muscles actually nicely get activated, you automatically feel like you're more stable on the ground. Your upper body is more stable and more in control, and you will feel it maybe after a couple of rounds. Let's get to the next movement, which is the sumo squats. So we did the quad rockers in the first part. This time we're doing the sumo squats, just building the foundation to get to that deep squat at a later point in this workout, in the series. Not today, but for now, you're gonna keep your leg wide apart, and then keep your toe pointing slightly towards the outside, keeping your spine tall, your chest up. You hinge at the hips and go down as much as you can and come all the way back up. All right, now it doesn't matter if you can't go really deep. The idea is that you keep your feet firm, flat on the ground, and you keep your chest upright and you keep moving. The idea is to get this, joint a little more work. Are you ready? Keep your feet wide apart, and let's begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 40 seconds of sumo squats. Make sure that you initiate this movement by pushing your hips back and down, all right? Keep breathing. You can breathe in when you go down, breathe out when you come up, and just follow that rhythm, all right? Come on. Let's go. Almost done. And stop. All right, now again, along with working your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, this is also giving a lot of good mobilization work for your hip, and that's what we want. Let's get to the first movement. Back again, shoulder rotations, down on all fours. Please do get into the setup. Let's do this together. Are you guys in the setup? Let's begin then in 3, 2, 1, let's go. When we are sitting all day in front of the computer and working pretty much entire day on that laptop, what happens is that you tend to get rounded shoulders, and that also leads to posture imbalance and some sort of pain in your neck and shoulder and all of those things, and which is why mobilizing the shoulder will help you get rid of some of those pains. Almost done, and you can stop. Well done. Feeling better? Feeling more loose? All right, we move to the next movement, glute bridges. Work those glute muscles, and these are the muscles that get primarily engaged when you're doing a deadlift. So when you start doing a loaded deadlift and all at a later point, glute bridges will actually form your foundation. So let's do this in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Push with your heel, but at the same time, I'd say keep your feet flat on the ground, and remember the 3 points of contact: your big toe, your small toe, and your heel. When these 3 points are in contact with the floor, you start creating that arch in the foot. And when you get that arch, it builds more stability. So while we are doing glute bridges, just be more aware of your foot placement on the ground. Almost done. And now you can come out of it. Well done. Feeling good? The muscles in the lower back getting activated, creating that protective belt. It does, definitely does, and you're going to start feeling it with time. All right, now let's move to the third movement, sumo squats. So your feet wide apart, and let's begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Remember, you have to push your hips back and down, keeping your chest upright. All right, come on, let's go. Let's keep moving. Squeeze those glutes in the end. Keep looking forward, and then we want to optimize and maximize that range also, right? That's the idea. Now in these 3 weeks, we're going to achieve a lot. We're going to build the basics of fitness, we're going to build endurance, and we're going to get stronger. Almost done. All right, we are done with this workout. We're done with this workout. We're just going to move to the active recovery section now. Your active recovery is going to be exactly like the warm-up. So you're familiar with this, you don't need much explanation. We are going to be doing on the spot marching 20 seconds, step jacks 20 seconds, and repeat it twice. That's it. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now this time you can go slightly faster. You're nicely warmed up, nicely mobilized. You've created all that glute and your core activation. So let's go faster. Come on. Show me a little bit of speed now. Let's have some fun. Almost done. Keep moving. And switch to the step jacks. Let's go. Now you can move fast. And if you're somebody who's used to this movement, then you can definitely, do jumping jacks like that. But only if you've done this before and if you're comfortable. If not, let's do these step jacks. Hang in there. And now stop. Move to the on the spot marching in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on. Now today's workout was not really about pushing your heart rate and getting you tired and all of those things. And I'm going to get you tired. I'm going to push your heart rate, but later. Let's build the foundation. And now you can switch to the step jacks. Let's go. Come on. Breakdown. Let's keep moving. So proud of you for getting started. Finish strong, and now you can stop. Congratulations on finishing your first workout with me. Well done. Alright, now this was session 1 of HRX, and I hope you had a good time. As you would have noticed that there was no intensity in this workout, but your workout is not just about intensity, it is much more than that. This is a very scientific program, and if you stick with me for 3 weeks, I promise you that you will be a much stronger athlete by the end of it. I also spoke to you about tiny actions which could be transformative. So from now on, just remember this phrase: make time and take a 5-minute action. So any aspiration that you might have, just look at it from a 5-minute action lens. For example, if you want to finish this program strong with me in 3 weeks, the 5-minute action, the tiny action that you could take today could be blocking your calendar and making a promise to yourself. Alright, on that note, I'm going to be signing off for now. You have fun. I am so proud of you for finishing the first workout, and let's smash the second workout together tomorrow.